Fork in the Road, live from the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club in the Bronx, New York. I am the voice of a generation, Pete Rosado, filling in for Alphonse Stevens, sitting alongside a member of the Shadow Wrestling Management Team, Tony Marcano. Here tonight, Tony, what a star-studded card we have for a crossover event of such. I mean, listen, Shadow Wrestling and GWA have done work together before. Members of the Shadow Wrestling roster have wrestled in GWA, and GWA Wrestling have wrestled in Shadow. But for the first time, a crossover show, co-branding Shadow and GWA in the Bronx.
Correct. It's a great event. I'm proud to represent Shadow here tonight, and we're going to have a lot of stunning matches out here. Look at Kris Cage,
and what an interesting match choice to start the action tonight. Kris Cage and Rambeau, these two men have been at each other's throats, going back and forth since all the way back in November of 2024. It's been a year. These two men have been at each other. It goes all the way back to the day in November when Kris Cage decided to send a message to Adonis by attacking a member of the Wave, and not just any member, but the young man that he brought into the business. His young Padawan, as you would say, Rambeau.
First of all, let me just say it feels good to be wrestling back in the Bronx. And as much as I want to party with all of you tonight, I came for some business. Because for the past year, I've had a little issue with a crew that I know is back there called The Wave.
We want to see the pile driver off the top rope! I want to see you do to that fake left! I need to see it! Yeah, good to head! You stop! That referee!
Now The Wave for the past year has been thrown on my side, and they have done everything they could to stop me from attaining my goal, which is to become the Lionheart. Now my protege, my son, Rambeau, has been all over social media, and he's been talking a whole lot of hot mess about how he's going to take me out and take my spot. And I was going to wait till a little later on tonight to get this happening, but I'm feeling a little froggy. And I think you guys are ready to see a fight, am I right? So Rambeau, bring your bitch ass to this ring. Hey yo, Kris is so fucking high, I'm not gonna lie to you. You were the biggest meat runner in the entire band history, bro. Be quiet right now. Be quiet. I already got enough. No.
You get no respect.
Kris.
You get no respect. No respect.
You are the reason this has happened. You are the reason we are here right now. You are the problem. In GWA, Audis, you are the problem.
You don't care about respect.
And all y'all,
Shut the hell up.
y'all just as much of a problem as he is.
Calm down.
not gonna lie to you. I'm feeling really good tonight. It's me and my guys. It's you by yourself. There's 5 of us. Be quiet, alright? There's 5 of us, and we're gonna take you down whenever, wherever, anytime. But right now, I have such a date with you. First of all, pause. Second of all, come back for the last season. Yo, Ranjan, you better stop paying attention to the fans and get your eyes over here. I know you for a long time, and I know that last wasn't your best subject in school. You said you had 5, but it looks to me like there's only 4, you dumbass. And if you want, I'll put the piece on all 4 of you.
The buttons of Johnny Rambeau. Rambeau did not want to get into action this early in the night. Kage was ready for a fight straight out the box. And he goaded Rambeau right where he wants him. Match is official. This is a match, as I said, and as Kage said a little bit earlier, a year. This has been brewing, Tony. A year.
It's been a crazy feud. I followed it. It's been the talk of the town here in the Bronx, and let's see what happens here tonight.
Listen, Kage is an OG. Kage brought Rambeau into this business. He saw talent in him. He saw what we all see out of the young man, and he brought him into this great business. And Kage felt like Johnny left him out in the cold. Johnny went off to do his own thing and forgot about his mentor. And Kage flying to the outside, plastering Rambeau against the steel guardrail.
That was a thunderous cut by Chris Kage. And yes, I'm seeing a lot of Chris Cage's own alliance feuding with Johnny Rambeau's The Wave. And I'm just seeing how all these factions are just going at each other here in GWA. And Shadow as well. It's crazy. It's gang warfare here in the Bronx.
And now the number 1 heckler, Steve, getting involved. Chris Kage opening the chest of Johnny Rambeau, and that veteran instinct of Chris Kage rolling in, resetting the count.
The ref goes for him too. Oh.
And Rambeau eating the floor here. Not a soft landing at all for Johnny Rambeau. And Johnny Rambeau's going to want to get this match back in the ring. His Wave stablemate's not out here right now. They are in the back. They have a match later on tonight.
Correct.
Johnny Rambeau all alone, all by himself right now.
I think Johnny Rambeau is in no man's land right now. He doesn't have his guys to back him up. The young man is in trouble as the veteran has a hold of him.
And we've already seen Chris Kage leave Johnny Rambeau lying once before. That vicious pile driver that he calls the Stone Breaker. Broke that pile driver out as a way to send a message to Adonis Stone. Remember, Chris Kage wanted that Lion Heart Championship and used Johnny Rambeau as the way to send a message to Adonis Stone.
Chris Kage is looking after that coveted Lionheart title. And oh, look at a thunder strike by Johnny Rambeau to Chris Kage. Pushes him into the turnbuckle. What a strike. Yes, destroying his mentor right now with a knee kick to the throat.
Rambeau doing just that, as you said. Got Kage in the corner and back on the attack is young Johnny Rambeau. He cannot give Kage a moment to breathe. He cannot give Kage a moment to think of the next strike. He's got to stay on top of Chris Kage, and he's got to make sure that he wrestles his match.
What a suplex.
Cover here by Rambeau. 2 count, only Kage kicks out.
Oh, well, look at Chris Kage getting up. The fans, the kids in the crowd cheering on Chris Kage as he tries to, goodness. And he's just getting choked the life out of him by Johnny Rambeau right now.
Putting him across that middle rope. Knee to the throat. Cutting off the air supply of Chris Kage. Kage has carved out quite a singles career for himself. Years of being a tag team wrestler.
Over a decade of experience, Chris Kage. Not many give him the props. He's been a veteran in the tri-state for many years. So he has the experience advantage here in this match.
Very true. And again, Rambeau knows all about that experience. It is the experience of Chris Kage that got Johnny Rambeau to the positions that he got to. That opened the doors for Johnny Rambeau. Johnny Rambeau learned at the feet of Chris Kage. The question is, did he learn enough? Did the student learn enough to beat the teacher?
Oh, what a strike. The young man is rumbling on.
Arm drag there, and now the senton elbow by Rambeau right into a cover middle of the ring. 2 count only.
Rambeau trying to submit Chris Kage. Do you think that's a good idea, Mr. Rosado?
Going for a stretch here, but Kage fighting out of it, not letting himself be positioned in that submission maneuver. It looks like Rambeau has locked it in a bit, but referee saying Kage does not give.
Chris Kage getting the crowd fired up. Chris Kage, and the people here in the Boys and Girls Arena love Chris Kage. He's loved by the community here. 1, 2. It has to be broken up by Rambeau.
Kage getting to the ropes, breaking the submission, I should say, not the pin. I apologize.
Steve going wild with the insults right now. Oh, wow. Punch to the back of it.
Rambeau looking like he was going for a suplex. Kage reversing out of it. Rambeau landing on his feet.
Oh, what a cutter by Chris.
What an ace crusher! Ace crusher out of nowhere by Chris Kage. And this might be the opening that Kage needs to take advantage once again in this match. The opening match of Fork in the Road. Rambeau catching Kage, rolling him up. No, roll through super kick.
Super kick.
World Ender! The World Ender! 1, 2, kick out! No one has kicked out of that World Ender, that curb stop by Johnny Rambeau. Chris Kage, the first man in GWA, in Loud East, in Shadow, anywhere, that has kicked out of that World Ender. What has that got to do to his mentality, Tony, to know that a finishing maneuver that has put away every other opponent you faced, this man, Chris Kage, kicked out?
So that has to frustrate Johnny Rambeau extremely. He's thinking in his mind, what the hell do I have to do to put down my ex-mentor?
Up and over, Rambeau in the corner, Kage, drop down. Went for a spine buster. Rambeau reversing.
DDT.
Put him right on the top of his head. Did Rambeau cover now?
No.
Kick out by Kage. What a reversal by Rambeau. Kage went for that spine buster. and Rambeau holding on, reversing it into a DDT, dropped him right on the top of his head, brainbuster-esque with that DDT.
Oh, what a hell of a show. This could have been a main event in any other part of the country, but we have it opening the show, and I'm very proud of this show, GWA and Shadow, baby. You can only see it here.
Rambeau going up top, Kage meeting him, cutting him off at the pass here. Kage has got Rambeau in no man's land right now. Kage looking like he might be setting up for a superplex.
Chris Kage goes for a
And position! Superplex off the top, and both men are down. Superplex off the top rope. Both men are down in the middle of the ring. Johnny Rambeau ate the brunt of that superplex, but Kage looks like he may have gotten a big dose of pain from it himself. Kage just trying to get to his feet, as is Rambeau. First man to his feet may change the tide of this match.
Chris Kage gets right to his feet. The crowd goes wild for Chris Kage.
Kage is in the corner. Meets Rambeau with an elbow. Rambeau goes to meet him again. Kage meets him with a foot to the face. Rambeau into the corner now.
Ooh.
Kage.
Boom.
Right,
Boom.
left, chops. Giving them all. Rambeau reversal whips Kage off the ropes, and you never trust a wrestler telling you to look one way.
The three amigos right here.
Kage, oh Kage! Kage looked like he was setting up for the three amigos. Kage. You got Rambeau set up in that corner. You got to think if Kage goes up top, tries to land that absolute elbow, that might be all she wrote for Rambeau. Rambeau lands a massive shot of his own. Covered by Rambeau. Kick out at 2.5. What a vicious right hand by Rambeau.
Chris Kage, I think the gas tank is going down. He seems very drowsy.
Well, yeah, he just got punched across the mouth, Tony Marc. When's the last time you got punched across the mouth and woke up like nothing was a problem?
No, it is a hard match.
Oh, whip of that world ender again. Kage getting out the way. Spine buster. Big, massive spine buster. And now, setting Rambeau up in the drop zone.
Oh, Rambeau.
Kage is up top. Absolute elbow.
Elbow drop by Chris
That
Kage.
is it. That is it. This is elementary at this point. 1, 2.
Okay, justice. Okay, yes. Interfered on behalf of Johnny Rambeau.
The Wave coming out here, pulling the referee. That was a 3 count, Tony. That absolute elbow, that was it.
I can't disagree with that. Oh, what a right hand. Okay.
That absolute elbow should have been the end of it. Rambeau, the low blow.
Low blow.
Rambeau setting up. That is the same pile driver that Kage hit on Rambeau a year ago. And now Rambeau locking in the stretch.
He's on a...
Tony, I gotta wonder, was that stretch even necessary? After that pile driver, I don't think Chris Kage was gonna move. He could have covered him for a 10 count.
Yes, you're right, Mr. Rosado. Chris Kage was clearly knocked out. I'm kind of worried about it right now. But the young man conquered the older lion tonight.
Rambeau trying to add insult to injury, trying to embarrass Chris Kage, locking it in that stretch. After that vicious pile driver. Johnny Rambeau with a massive victory here. The student does in fact beat the teacher. What a way to kick off Fork in the Road. Tony Marcano, Pete Rosado here for GWA and Shadow Wrestling here at the Kids Bay Boys and Girls Club. Chris Kage finally coming to in the middle of the ring. What a matchup, Johnny Rambeau, Chris Kage to open up tonight's show, Tony.
It's been an insane match. I saw one hell of a match. This could have been the main event anywhere else in the country, and I think we are truly blessed to have seen this match open up the card tonight.
But what a night of action we have here tonight. Headed up by our main event, Adonis Stone, the Loud East Lyon Heart champion, going one-on-one. Massive crossover main event against the Jurassic Juggernaut heavyweight champion, ChaCha Charlie. Champion versus champion in the main event.
I think Shadow has a great representative in ChaCha Charlie, but I know that the Lyon Heart champion has worked very hard for this main event, and I'm very proud of this match.
A couple of quick things I'd like to address. First of all, thank you for that. Number one. Number two, we have non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages on sale this evening. We also have, we have, I am not giving you that. We have 50-50 going on this evening, where one ticket is for $5 and 5 for $20. It'll be right up there in the front, and also we'll be selling it during intermission. We will announce the winner before the main event tonight. And I can see by the looks of some of your faces, you probably have no idea who I am. So, let me quickly explain this massive event that we have here as GWA is partnering up with Shadow Wrestling. And management for both companies thought, you know what? We need not just one announcer for this, we need 2 announcers for this. Now, as you can see right over there, the incomparable Miss Lady Stone, who is the voice of the GWA. And my name is Ryan Peterson, and I will be representing Shadow Wrestling this evening. So that being said, the following contest is a 6-man tag team match, and it is scheduled for 1 fall.
It better not be La Casa.
Skywalker, ladies and gentlemen. Part of Team Puerto Rico. He's representing Team Puerto Rico alongside Bobby La Mascara and Ray Oro, and they're facing off against Casa. And this is going to be a crazy match of both Shadow versus La Casa of Win Wrestling. Wrestling is now, and I think La Casa is, yes, they said in the promo saying that they hate the Bronx, that they just hate the wrestlers in the Bronx, and that they're willing to make a name for themselves here in the Bronx, and disrespect a lot of the great Puerto Rican wrestlers like Toby La Mascara, Ray Oro, and Skywalker, and I think that Team Puerto Rico isn't going to take a stand for this. That's Skywalker, Mr. Talk That Talk and Walk That Walk, yes, beloved by the public here tonight.
Tony, you seem to know a lot about this. I kind of feel like you might be on the payroll of La Casa.
La Casa, I'm a very big La Casa supporter.
Oh, so you're on the payroll?
Yes, I am.
You're a shill.
Yes.
You're an employee of La Casa.
Tony Marcano.
You're an insider agent. That's what you are.
Tony Marcano's a very politician.
You're not an unbiased reporter here tonight, as you're supposed to be on the commentator. You are a very biased. You're on the payroll.
Yes.
That's what it is for La Casa.
Ray Oro being presented right now. So, but yes, I am in Win. I also do some commentary in Win, and I'm.
Stop acting like you're friends with the guy. You just said you're on the payroll for his opponent. We all know where your allegiance lies tonight.
La Casa is a great stable. Yes, I am in the Win commentary team, so I do support La Casa. But Ray Oro being greeted by the fans.
You know who I support? I'm neutral. Why? Because I am a journalist. I am a commentator.
You're commentating for the GWA.
No. I am here as a neutral party right down the middle. Listen, I'm Puerto Rican. Everybody knows that. I'm a proud Puerto Rican. But does that mean that I support Team Puerto Rico over Team La Casa more than others?
There's a lot of commentators in history that have supported certain teams. If you heard of someone by the name of Larry El Rudo Rivera, he would support the Rudos. And I support La Casa. So that's my explanation.
You're on the payroll. That's what you are. You're a mole. You're a shill. You're on the payroll of La Casa. You're probably going to interfere in this match. I don't trust you, Tony Marcano.
Tony Marcano loves La Casa. And Toby La Mascara is coming out.
It's one of the greatest songs in the history of salsa. Toby La Mascara. Team Puerto Rico, it is Toby La Mascara, Jeff Skywalker, and Ray Oro. And as we've already learned, it is not going to be a 3-on-3 tonight. It will be 4-on-3 because my commentary partner, Tony Marcano, is on the payroll.
I am not an active member.
You know, one of the members of La Casa, Ozzie, used to be a referee. He wasn't an active competitor.
No.
Now he is. Maybe you're going to be an active competitor. Maybe you're joining La Casa. You might be the secret, underhanded weapon tonight.
That's unknown at this moment.
Oh yeah, you can neither confirm nor deny. You sound like the president.
Yes, I'm a politician.
He's on the payroll!
Adrian Santos, El Mero Mero, Joel Maximo,
You are an enemy of the state.
Wait, that's a state, that's not a country, sir. That's the territory of this great nation.
You
Anyway,
are a country. You show some respect.
territory of this great nation. Anyway, so,
You sound like you voted for Agent Orange.
That you guys don't respect it.
tell them, Joel, tell the crowd here.
There's no one like me. There's no one like me. I'm not going to listen to you, Skywalker. I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to Cody.
You're bilingual, Joel. Tell them both languages. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to translate what Joel just said. You use Google Translate.
La Casa, attacking Team Puerto Rico, taking the assault to these men before the match has even started. And listen, I've been around a long time. I remember when I started in this business 13 years ago, Joel Maximo was like a god. People revered him and his brothers. The fathers of the style of today, the SAT. But I gotta say, over the last couple of years, I think Joel's gotten a bit of a big head. I think his ego has gotten to him. I think Joel Maximo has forgotten that there was wrestling before the SAT. That there were people who did things that the SAT looked up to at one point in time.
But you have to agree that they revolutionized the sport in New York City.
Of course they did, but so did the Amazing Red, so did Homicide, so did Eddie Kingston, so did guys like Slugger, so did the Hit Squad. The SAT were part of a larger revolution in professional wrestling. No one fails to give the SAT their flowers, but I think Joel Maximo has let things get to his head. He's forgotten just how much the younger listen, Joel Maximo is doing to the younger generation now what the veterans of his time were trying to do to him. He's trying to hold them down the same way he was held down by the older generation. Maybe Joel should take a page out of his own book and remember what it took for a young guy like him to make a mark when nobody wanted to give him the chance.
Correct. But I think Ray Otto and Mascara are types of guys that are going to take the torch forcefully from Joel if Joel doesn't want to give it to them.
Oh, now you're on the side of Puerto Rico.
I'm just being objective.
Oh, now you're being objective, huh?
But like,
you already told everybody, told the world, you're on the payroll, you're on the tape, you weasel, and now you want to be objective.
But you have to be objective sometimes. But
Adrian Santos. Now listen, I may not like the way that Adrian Santos has done business over the last couple of years, but the man has aligned himself in such a way with Joel Maximo that it has led to a multi-championship reign for Adrian Santos.
Correct. The Roku title and also as well the Win Championship, and he's looking to collect titles in Puerto Rico in the near future as well. So this match is very important to him.
Jeff Skywalker, a young man that I love very much. He has a lot of potential. His ceiling is as high as the sky for this young man.
Yes, Mr. Walk that walk and talk that talk is talking that talk right now.
tried to get Santos up. Not a smart move by him there. Gotta understand the weight disparity. Power is not the game of Skywalker.
That scared me right there.
Santos with that backdrop, but dropped Skywalker on the top of his head.
Santos, El Jefe of La Casa.
And you look over here to the right of our crowd here tonight, you see another young man on the take, on the payroll, another mole, another weasel on the take of La Casa.
No, he's not.
You got all these secret agents over here in the crowd.
No, if you
all these secret agents, Tony Marcano on the take, on the payroll.
John is
the
innocent,
professor on the take, on the payroll.
John is innocent. I'll say that John is innocent. He's not Mr. Casa. I'm Mr. But John is innocent.
Even his mom's on the payroll, on the take. Got a whole bunch of secret agents here. Secret agents for La Casa.
Pete Rosado loves the throwing back.
I know where all the moles are around here.
You're just going after a young commentator, Rosado. That's what
I love John as a commentator. I just don't like him on the payroll of the opponent. Covered by Maximo. 2 count only.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at this. Joel Maximo with an innovative submission maneuver here. And this is what you want to do with Jeff Skywalker. You want to ground him. You want to keep him in the middle of the ring, on his back. You don't want him flying. You don't want him getting ahead of steam.
Correct. Grounding down the young athlete.
Joel Maximo, almost 20 plus years in the business, has not lost a step. Looks just as good now as he did in his prime.
It's amazing, man. It's like Joel Maximo has the fountain of youth in his apartment building. And
You think Joel Maximo lives in an apartment? The man lives in a house. How dare you say that about Joel Maximo? The man has made so much money in his career that he even bought the professor's house.
He did. He's financed a lot of houses. A lot of his commentators. Anyhow, shot right to the chest.
Skywalker got caught at DDT. They're planting him. And Joel Maximo.
Right to DDT. And I meant a luxury apartment. I didn't mean any regular apartment. What are you talking about here? Anyway. He just goes over and tags to Adrian Santos.
I'm waiting to see Ozzie get a tag here.
Ozzie's a technician. He's just looking over, very observant. He's an observant man.
Jeff Skywalker has taken quite a beating at the hands of Joel Maximo and Adrian Santos. Skywalker's got to try to tag in.
Skywalker with
Kobe Oro.
Kobe's anxious. Oh my goodness.
Kobe La Mascara getting the tag here.
Oh, kick right in the knee. Peligroso. Oh, what a drop.
Cut right off by Santos, covered by Adrian Santos. The wrestling is now heavyweight champion.
He also possesses the Roku title. Yes, the triple crown already in wrestling is now. It's insane, man. So, he's just going at that mask of Kobe.
Santos tagging in Joel Maximo. Once again, Maximo up top.
What a swanton!
It's exactly where Joel Maximo loves to live, on that top rope.
He is a guy that deserves to be in the top because he is el padrino, el unicornio de la lucha libre, the unicorn of professional wrestling. Have you seen much unicorns in professional wrestling?
Yes, I have actually. I can name them for you, but we don't have that much time. Again, like I said, Maximo has not lost a step. The fact that he can still perform the maneuvers that he does, and he still has the athleticism that he does after all these years, says a lot about the conditioning and the ability of Joel Maximo. But he's also smart, surrounding himself with young guys like Adrian Santos. Massive spear! Massive spear from the depths of El Yunque. Cover by Kobe. 2 count only as Adrian kicks out.
Kobe reaching out. Sag! Oro. What a clothesline. The golden clothesline. Golden drop kick by Rey Oro. A man that lives in the Golden Tower and beloved by all the children of the Bronx.
Skywalker taking out Santos over here in front of us. Ozzie and Joel Maximo taking it to Rey Oro.
Oh, Rey Oro. Rey Oro.
The Golden King.
The Golden King. Setting up Mr. Maximo.
Double team maneuver with Skywalker. Cover on Maximo.
No trash. Only two.
A kick out at the very last second by Joel Maximo. What a maneuver by Skywalker and Rey Oro.
Ozzie still sucks.
Ozzie now getting involved.
Ozzie getting rocked. Poor Ozzie, man. He's an innocent man. Yes, a good friend of La
Maximo calling in Santos from the outside. Massive senton by Adrian Santos. Elbow drop by Maximo.
But the middle monkey, he's getting the middle
And now
monkey.
Ozzie.
The middle monkey's right in there.
Ozzie tagged in. Big splash.
Hey, oh shit! What a superhuman strength by Rey Oro. Doing the Oro.
Kick out by Rey Oro, even though a triple team cover there.
What a super kick! Oh my goodness, it's all okay.
Action all over the place here in this six-man tag.
Oh, Otto goes out the ring.
Skywalker in.
Oh, power bomb. No, he's gonna hit him with a Martinete pile driver. Martinete. Lo mató. He killed him.
Skywalker taken out by Adrian Santos. Rey Oro back in. Rey Oro tries to get Santos up to no avail.
What an elbow.
Ozzie waiting for his shot here.
1, 2.
Kick out by Oro at 2. Santos and Oro going at it in the middle of the ring. Kobe in now. Kobe eating a jawbreaker from Santos.
Ozzie.
Went for a massive clothesline. Ozzie rolled up by Kobe.
Oh my goodness. Equipo Puerto Rico se ganó la lucha del trío. They won the match. The trio's match has been won by Team Puerto Rico.
Ozzie got a little too happy. Went for that clothesline and missed. Knocked Adrian Santos and now.
Look, it's a crazy attack by La Casa. Oh God.
La Casa going after Kobe. Going after Rey Oro. Took out the referee.
They're going after
And now the
Kobe's
disrespect, they ripped Kobe's mask off.
Going after his mask. Oh, Rey Oro's mess. This is a big disrespect in the culture of lucha libre.
I just said that, you slime.
Oh my goodness. Very disrespectful. This is annihilation in the purest form.
La Casa has forcefully taken the mask of Kobe La Mascara Rey Oro. And now they're asking for a microphone.
Hey, shut up! Hey! Si quieren bajar por acá, dale ahí, compañía, empuje a buscarla, porque por ahora la voy a poner encima del colegio para ver que usa el baño y eso la mierda que es.
Oh my goodness, he is insulted Kobe gravely in the Spanish language, and he's challenging Kobe to Puerto Rico.
¡Arre, papá! ¡El mero! ¡El dios de Nueva York!
I told you you're a mole, you're a hero, you're slime, you're an inside agent.
Yo soy malvado, papá. You can tell me anything. I am a horrible politician, just like what Agent Orange I am. I say yes.
Hey! This is people see you walking out of the stage. You walk you down the stairs. Don't touch him, Ozzie. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Hey, he's working for fucking drive. Hey, don't spin on him. Hey.
No touching, please. No touching.
It's stupid fans like him, stupid fans like you, stupid fans like Giovanni, and everybody who runs this damn company. We didn't come to make this. We took the mask of Kobe. We took the mask of Rey Oro. So respect me and learn my name, Joel Maximo.
Joel just made a statement here in the Bronx. Rey Oro embarrassed, Kobe embarrassed, and they're both walking.
Listen, I don't know what Joel is going on about. There is not a person in this building, there's not a person in professional wrestling that doesn't know the name Joel Maximo. We all know the resume, we all know the legacy. What more does Joel want? His legacy is written in stone. What the SAT have done, what Joel Maximo has done, no one will ever forget. What more does he want?
The guy's not a dinosaur though, he can still go. Anyway, back to the match.
was young, when he was a humble young man, Joey Conway would show up to shows, help set up chairs, do whatever he can for an opportunity. And Joey Conway, over time, his heart became hardened, tired of being passed over, tired of not being looked at, tired of not being given opportunities. And this man went down the wrong path, has become what a devil this man has become, Joey Conway.
I wonder what happened, man. It seems like he got possessed by a demon at some point. Yes, like internationally well known too, Joey Conway. We gotta give him props. He's well known in Puerto Rico now, as well as the Dominican Republic, and like they've seen the Diablos as they're calling him right now in Latin America, and he's just a menace in shadow. Oh my goodness, what is that? Oh my goodness, that's just horrifying.
Well, he ate the rose, which I don't know if you know this, roses have a lot of nutritional qualities.
No, I've never.
Very high in fiber.
I've never eaten a rose.
Maybe you should eat a rose. I forget. No one gives you roses, Tony Marcano.
Well, I've given a few roses. Never eaten one.
When was the last time you got a rose from a girl?
Well, I give roses. I'm a guy, so I give.
Nobody wants your roses, Tony Marcano.
Okay. But anyway, back to the match. What a kick to the midst.
Shane Rose, as I said, still very young in this business. It's going to be very interesting to see how Joey Conway tries to take advantage of that nativity here tonight.
What a strike. Oh.
Lock up now, middle of the ring. Conway trying to get out of a wrist lock applied by Shane Rose.
Just throws him easily into the headlock. When it gets control and pressure on the head of Shane Rose. Ooh, they're spitting at him. I don't like how
The disrespect by Conway.
Yeah, Conway spits at people. I don't like that. I like his whole little rock and roll vibe, but I just don't like how he spits at people. Oh.
But that's not rock and roll, that's death metal.
Death metal, yeah. I like the whole Inferno thing. I'm a fan. But anyway, let's get slammed all over the place. Oh, what a strike. What a strike.
Massive strike, as you stated.
What a big splash. And the devil's being conquered by Shane Rose right now. Ooh, what a double means.
Cover now by Rose, on to Conway. 2 count only. Shane Rose had athletic ability on the second rope, went for a springboard cutter. Conway caught him. Backstabber.
Knees to the back.
It's called a backstab. Cover now by Conway. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Shane Rose. A vicious backstabber in the corner, aided by the fact that Shane Rose was hung up on that second turnbuckle. Cover again by Conway.
And talking about mashed potatoes. I don't know.
I love mashed potatoes, especially this time of year, Thanksgiving. Mashed potatoes are great. Though I have family from down south, so I prefer some sweet potatoes. You sound like you're a mashed potatoes kind of guy. You sound like you're a mashed potatoes out of the box kind of guy.
I like mashed potatoes.
You like those powdered mashed potatoes.
Powdered.
Yeah,
They're good.
they look like you.
Well, I've been called potato head in the past.
I said I'm a sweet potato guy.
Okay. But anyway, kick right to the head. Conway covers. 1, 2.
Kick out at 2.5 by Shane Rose.
So here we have, I'd say, the present of the tri-state Joey Conway against a future top athlete. And yeah, he's been making a lot of big noise right now in Shane Rose. Ooh, what a strike. Ramps into a neck breaker.
Shane Rose trying to fight back. Conway has been a step ahead of him the whole match. On him again.
Right into the knee.
Backbreaker. Cover now by Conway once again. Again a kick out by Shane Rose. This young kid won't go down easy.
Yeah. The ref has to look after him. Being raped in the back, that has to be. Come on. Oh, yes. Standing on his head. Come on, he needs to get counted.
Conway once again into the cover. 2 count again. Conway going for these quick covers, not giving Shane Rose a chance to breathe. Side headlock applied. Shane Rose fighting back from a seated position.
Ooh, what a strike right to the chin. Ooh, right to the head.
Rose once again still fighting back. Will not go down easily. Conway with a vicious straight chop. And there's that athleticism. That freak athleticism by Shane Rose. Drop kick. He's almost 6 feet in the air when he does that.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh, what a crazy strike.
Another vicious strike there. Rose has got Conway in the corner. Conway trying to roll out of harm's way, but Shane Rose this time 1 step ahead of Conway.
What a dive by Shane Rose.
How the tables have turned.
Okay, he gets the double of pro wrestling is being destroyed right now. It's a crazy. We don't see that a lot at wrestling is now, or like the shadow event in Dominican Republic. We do not see this. We're seeing it in the Bronx.
Because you're not seeing him against Shane Rose, and Shane Rose doing everything in his arsenal here. Shane Rose now on the other side of the ring. Tope Suicida. They know that in the Dominican.
Yes, they do know the tope that Shane Rose performs perfectly.
El tope of Suicida.
Tope Suicida.
Rose and Conway back in the ring. Conway catching Rose in the corner. Set him on the top rope, but Rose with a shot.
What? Destroy!
Panama Sunrise! Springboard cutter off the second rope. Rose into the cover. The crowd very upset by that decision. The referee's hand did hit for the 3rd count, but Conway's shoulder up before he made contact. He just couldn't stop himself.
And he signified for the oh, what a right hand. And Conway going for a superplex, it seems like. Strike in the midsection, another strike in the midsection.
Listen, Rose likes being on that top rope, but not like this. Now Rose got an advantage. Went for that Panama Sunrise one more time. Super kick by Conway. The devil hit his mark. Now he's going up. That finishing maneuver. Count the crows. He went for a count the crows. He hit it, and Shane Rose kicking out. Shane Rose kicking out of Joey Conway's finishing maneuver. Count the crows, that modified dude buster. Oh, went for a PK. Rose caught him. Cover. And Rose. Shane Rose has shot the Kempe Boys and Girls Club with what a victory.
Hey,
The smooth operator.
smooth operator. Got the victory.
Operated himself out of that maneuver.
And earning the respect and reverence of all the public here in the Bronx.
Stacked Conway up with that roll-up. And at just the right moment, Tony Marcano, Shane Rose was one step ahead of Joey Conway, not the other way around.
Correct. And see, Shane Rose kind of looking, Joey Conway looks impressive in the ring right now, but Shane Rose made the mark today.
Joey Conway still in disbelief over that victory. That loss, I should say. That victory by Shane Rose.
Joey Conway does the horn.
Conway is not going to be happy in the back. That's for sure.
He needs to meditate and see what's next.
And folks, another reminder about the 50-50 raffle that is taking place this evening.
And as we know, later on tonight, our main event, Adonis Stone one-on-one against ChaCha Charlie. Champion versus champion, as the Jurassic Juggernaut heavyweight champion from Shadow Wrestling takes on the Loud East Lionheart champion representing GWA, Adonis Stone.
Adonis Stone looking after the Shadow Championship, the Jurassic Juggernaut Championship, and taking it away from ChaCha Charlie. And Adonis Stone is wanting to make an impact on the Shadow Wrestling, and while also reigning over Loud East Wrestling and Greatest Wrestling League.
But ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the ring for more GWA Shadow Wrestling Fork in the Road action. I've been tracking her career since she started over at the House of Glory training facility, reigned as the LPW Women's Champion for a whole entire year. A reign that saw her end the career, retire. Sonya Strong.
Yes, Sonya Strong, a Bronx native, and she's going to make her mark here tonight. Actually,
transitioning from backstage interviewer to professional wrestler. The rise has been meteoric.
That's one of the reasons why her name is like Nicole. I guess that transition is insane and inspirational. And let's see what she can do against Diamond and Virago. I think, have they fought each other in the past anywhere else? Just Rosado?
I am not aware if these two women have actually fought each other one-on-one.
Okay, it's going to be an impactful match between the both of them tonight.
Action here tonight at GWA Shadow Wrestling present Fork in the Road. Nahir Robles, la chica de hola hola, one-on-one against the pressure, Diamond Virago. And listen, Diamond has relocated from the northeast to the southeast, relocated from Harlem, New York down to South Florida. And she has picked up some things in that South Florida wrestling scene that you know she's bringing back with her in her appearances here in New York City.
Yes, a lot of the elements of the tradition Southeast style. Let's see this big matchup. Also Nahir bringing in the Puerto Rican lucha libre flavor. So let's see right here. Ooh.
Two young women that we are going to see mark the future of professional wrestling for a very, very long time. Nahir Robles, Diamond Virago. This might be the first of many wars between these two young ladies.
Diamond goes for a... Ooh, what a kick.
Vicious kick by Nahir Robles. Caught Diamond right on the chin. And I say, young ladies, these two women, both of them, just a couple of years into their professional wrestling career, neither one of them have reached that 5-year mark yet.
Yeah, so Nahir is extremely impressive and very inspirational. His story is very inspirational. To go from journalist to professional wrestler, it's a crazy, inspirational.
You know what she was? She was never on the payroll, Tony Marc.
Well, that's another story. But now she's being stressed out by Diamond Virago.
Incredible matches that Nahir Robles has had traveling the world. In fact, went on a European excursion earlier this year. Diamond, as I said, spent a year as the LPW Women's Champion over at the House of Glory training facility, trained by the amazing Red.
Ooh. What a kick.
Vicious kick by Nahir in the corner. Basement clothesline here, covered by Robles. 1 count only as Diamond kicks out.
Another leg drop.
And Nahir went for her own variation of the Devil's Kiss. And Diamond getting out of it. That early love for Diamond Virago has quickly faded away, it sounds, Tony.
Wow. Yes, the fans are fickle, man. They just switch around on it.
Open hand chop to the chest of Nahir Robles.
What a bunch of strikes by Diamond. And yeah, like I said, the fans are very fickle, man. Just like you were talking about, if I have to use an example, La Casa earlier and Joel Maximo, the fans loved him, but now they hate him. So the fans are fickle. And the same thing.
Wow, now you're turning on the fans. How you're calling the fans fickle? Yeah. How dare you? You're supposed to be an unbiased journalist.
That's why Diamond is facing the same type of crisis right here with the audience and the fans. Very fickle people.
Diamond now Oh, washing the face of Nahir Robles. Diamond taking out La Chica de Hola Hola in the corner. And again, that massive fan reaction for Diamond has quickly turned the tide.
Oh, there's a... Oh, I got oh, what a code breaker.
Cover, 2 count only. Nahir still kicking out. Nahir Robles still fighting. But you gotta think, when you start getting to be in demand, when you're traveling as much as Nahir Robles has been traveling, city to city, state to state, it starts to wear on the body, Tony Marcano.
It does. It's a lot of psychological toll as well. It's a crazy hassle. And as they call in Puerto Rico, the machetazo. Yes, but what a stiff hits to the chest.
Shot after shot by the pressure, and she is applying the pressure to one Nahir Robles. Is Nahir Robles going to be able to step up? Code breaker variation there by Nahir Robles. Well, we all know what this is. Hip attack by La Chica de Hola Hola.
Thunderous hip attack.
And now one more time, trying to set up for that devil's kiss. El beso de la isla, she calls it. Cover. 2 count only. Nahir Robles unable to keep Diamond down for 3. Diamond kicking out once again. Gotta look for what it is. What is it gonna take to keep the pressure down? Dime! Dropping the dime. But Nahir Robles able to kick out still at 2. Pressure getting into it without a referee here. And now setting her up, it looks like, for a submission maneuver here. Setting up a modified camel clutch almost.
That's a crazy camel clutch. Yes, putting pressure on a Robles.
Robles carrying her, breaking the submission.
Ooh, what a shot.
Racking the back of Diamond into that turnbuckle.
Let's see what Nahir is heading to the top rope. Ooh, plancha, but she missed it.
Diamond getting out of the way now. Setting up. That's the dime piece right there, the dime piece. Whoa. That knee card stop. And that is all. She wrote. That curve stomp variation, she utilizes her knee to the back of the neck. She calls that the dime piece. Definitely the most action my commentary partner's ever done.
How do you know that? You know too much about my personality. But anyway.
Hold on 1 second, folks.
We want the Prospectz. He Rosado, you're one sexy SOB. He falsely accused me of being paid by my
All right, well, here we go. Again, we have a 50-50 raffle once again. I think the bucket is still in the front over there. And also make sure to check out the concession area for hot food and ice cold beverages, including alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages on sale this evening. Yes. Yes, we're serving people of all ages here tonight.
Why do you want to be a student?
That's not a real cowboy hat.
I got it on Amazon.
Shut up, Tony. Tony stole my giant bottle of rookie card. You stole my giant bottle of autographed rookie card. Give it back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for getting into that. So now, we're going to go right to our first title match of the evening.
All right, yeah.
And that being said, the following contest is a triple threat tag team match scheduled for 1 ball. And it's for the Shadow Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
Our first title match of the evening, as you heard Ryan Peterson say, the Shadow Wrestling Tag Team Championships being defended here tonight at Fork in the Road. Triple threat tag team action adds a little dynamic in there. Instead of a 50-50 chance of winning, and instead of having the championship advantage, you now only have a 33.33% chance of winning, and you've added in no disqualifications, no countouts.
And I'm back.
GWA 4 down in the south, one of the better and unheralded training facilities. That same facility that these two young men come from, the same man that trained these two men, trained Austin Theory.
Correct. A great facility down south, and I have a lot of respect for Teriyaki and a lot of the wrestlers in that facility. And here we go.
these two young men, I have followed for a long time. I remember when Bojack was first breaking out on the scene. There were a lot of questions about what kind of ceiling or what kind of potential this young man had, and he has defied every thought about him. Bojack and BK Westbrook, two of the great young talents coming out of that mid-Atlantic area, that Carolinas area. And you and I both know the Carolinas great in their lineage of creating professional wrestling stars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're very correct in that assessment. Oh, here they are. The tag team champions.
I don't see Big Cuzzo anywhere.
There's a secret weapon that goes for.
Where's Big Cuzzo? That's a very good question. Big Cuzzo's busy tonight. He's a little bit ocupado. But you gotta remember, Shadow is first class. First class OKC. Rosado and Yan. I think y'all forgetting how deep first class really does run.
What do you mean how deep?
Here we have the secret weapon returning to Shadow Wrestling Alliance.
What secret? What are you talking about? Secret weapon? Oh my God! Santos pulling out the Rolodex, making a couple of phone calls. Tony Leyenda. Last time I saw Tony wrestling in a FirstClass t-shirt was years ago as part of a team tournament, a trios tournament.
Yes, the project code name, the project tournament. And it was a fantastic tournament. The first time I saw FirstClass wrestling. And I think Tony Leyenda has been making a name for himself in Puerto Rico. So this comeback is crazy. To come back in his hometown of the Bronx.
What a secret weapon to be able to break out. Make a phone call and get Tony Leyenda on the other side. Changes the dynamics of this match. And listen, top team, Bojack, BK Westbrook, they were preparing for Cuzzo. This is an entirely different strategy now.
Yes, that's like a crazy cook. And let's see how top team manages this. Bojack, he told me he was hungry for the competition here in Shadow.
Triple threat tag team match. El Johnny Santos, Tony Leyenda, they want to make sure that they are involved in every situation because the truth is they don't need to be pinned and they don't need to be submitted to lose those tag team championships.
And they don't even need to be tagged. It's exclusive rules, so it's going to be chaotic tonight. Oh, Santos with the salsa moves.
More like merengue to me.
Well, he's a salsero. That's why he said that. He's done salsa moves.
As a Puerto Rican, I take offense to that. He calls it con. It's bang out.
But anyway.
And Lucas. And there you go. As you said, those lucha rules taking effect there. Bojack tagging himself in. You do not need to make a tag to your tag team partner, nor does your tag team partner need to tag you in. Any member of any team can be tagged in at any time. Now it is Teriyaki, the legal man, against Bojack. And listen, honestly, it shows a lot of courage on the part of Teriyaki. Okay, they switched out here. It is now BK Westbrook in there. I was about to say, Teriyaki wants to go one-on-one with Bojack.
BK sizing him up.
Westbrook, the super stud, in there against Teriyaki. Young man who's been building quite the name for himself down in the Southern Territories. Trying as best as he can to break into the Northeast. Tonight may be a great addition to the audition tape for him.
Also, we have to mention the international outings of Teriyaki in Japan. Tony Leyenda in Puerto Rico. This is amazing. It's taking place right here in the Girls Club.
Right now they're in the Bronx. They're not international. They're domestic. Teriyaki. Oh man, look at that modified Meteora. It's like a Meteora meets a Poison Rana. That is innovation. That's AR Fox right there.
Yes.
Double team maneuver by top team. They got to keep themselves away from the ropes though, because again, first class can tag themselves in. Now Bojack is tagged in. All right, gentlemen, this is the time to tag in Tony. Double clothesline miss, and now they're trying to get Bojack up and over. Not gonna happen.
Bojack's a heavy guy. Very big man.
Talking about a double suplex. Yeah, we got a double suplex all right. Just not how top team envisioned it. Bojack into the corner, flatten Teriyaki. Team set on! Oh my god! Teriyaki's got 3 broken ribs! He's got a cracked sternum!
He has to have.
That boy ain't right after tonight! That boy a pancake!
I think you're right.
Put him on the menu at IHOP!
Teriyaki in great pain right now.
Great pain? You go take one of those!
No, I will.
Now wrenching back on the hip. Woo! Teriyaki firing back with a vicious chop. And another one on Westbrook. Tagged by Leyenda. Westbrook didn't realize it. Neither did Teriyaki. Tony is the legal man. Yaki trying to set up here. And Tony taking him out with a vicious elbow. Those are those lucha rules coming into effect there. Tony Leyenda able to tag himself in. Completely derail the momentum of Teriyaki.
Correct. And Tony Leyenda showing dominance right now. Vicious body slam. Elbow drop by Leyenda. Series of elbow drops. Oh.
Dropping the boot, cover on Yaki, and only a 2 count.
Leyenda feels like, I talked with Leyenda personally, he feels like he felt out with FirstClass, but he wants to come back and he wants to reclaim his tag team position.
Well, in many situations, a cover like that wouldn't have kept the guy for down a 2, down for a count of 2, but after that flattening by Bojack.
Ooh, what a kick by...
Double team now by FirstClass in the corner. And again, triple threat tag rules, no disqualification. Cover by Leyenda to retain, only a 2 count. Again, the Shadow Wrestling Tag Team Championships on the line.
Tonight.
But FirstClass got to make sure they are involved at all times. They do not need to be pinned or submitted to lose those titles.
Ooh, what? Shake. Oh!
The power by Leyenda.
He brings that over to his corner.
Tagged by Santos. Smart tag team wrestling here, isolating Teriyaki in the corner.
That's something that I've analyzed.
Cover by Santos, only a 2.
Something I've analyzed about FirstClass is that they're very precise with their wrestling and very old school, very traditional, like a lot of the Southern wrestlers back in the day.
Teriyaki has been isolated, whether it was by BK Westbrook or Bojack, and now by FirstClass. Teriyaki needs to find a way to get to his corner and tag in Jay Lucas, or at the very least tag in a member of the High Flyers. And well, Westbrook is in now. But Leyenda getting rid of Lucas.
What a drop kick by BK Westbrook.
That ain't no drop kick. That's a drive-by. Covered by Westbrook. Listen, FirstClass, a little too slow there. They could have lost those titles.
Correct. Very slow at that moment. But getting stopped on the face, BK Westbrook.
And now here comes the big man, Bojack.
Teriyaki is getting dominated here.
Teriyaki has been isolated. Bojack now with the cover. And now Johnny Santos coming in to break it up. That would have been it right there. We would have had and new tag team champions right then and there if Johnny Santos had not gotten in that ring.
Johnny Santos, the ring general of FirstClass, yes, viewing his opponents just destroy each other right now.
And listen, it's smart to let your opponents destroy each other, but you got to make sure they don't pin one another.
Yes, correct. So that's something that's worrying me about FirstClass right now. They're very chill right now.
Lucas is finally in the match. waited for this moment the whole match. Bojack caught him. Ooh. Lucas reversed it into a jawbreaker. Taking out Westbrook.
Very fast, Lucas. Very fast.
Cover! What a cover by Westbrook, but not enough. Lucas now taken out of the match by Johnny Santos.
He's asking what a cabron is. Oh. DK needs Google Translate right now. Oh, what a slap by DK.
Why don't you go in there and tell him? Why don't you translate for him?
I need a down tier. Right? Anyway, what a strike by DK Westbrook. Oh, clothesline from hell. That's a boot to the face. That's a big man.
This is a battle right here. Bojack, leyenda. As we say out here in the hood, two big meaty men slapping meat.
These are two big lions. Yes, killing each other right now. Oh, the smaller guys are going at it outside as well.
Chop after chop. Double shot in the middle of the ring here. Teriyaki back in. Taking both men out. The fake by Lucas and Teriyaki. Offense by Jay Lucas and Teriyaki, the top team. And now they have the advantage. Bojack and Westbrook down. Leyenda and Johnny Santos nowhere to be found. This might be top team's moment. For a double stop, stereo stops missed. Powerbomb double covers. No. Ooh. Double crabs. I knew a girl who had double crabs once. Not a fun time.
And it's a Bronx crab. Hey, this is a family show, Pete. This is a family show. Can't say so.
No, she had 2 pet crabs in her house. What are you talking about? Santos and Leyenda back in the ring now. Taking it to Bojack. Oh! Leyenda took the big man off his feet. Santos, the elbow. Double cover!
Ooh, what a tackle by Teriyaki.
Teriyaki breaks it up. What a matchup this has been for the Shadow Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Double forearm shot, double rolling elbows. And now, clothesline. Leyenda takes out Lucas. Now going after Yaki. Intergender by Teriyaki.
Oh, it's Dominican legend he's El Bacano, BWF legend, Dominican legend, and he's, what is he? Oh!
El Bugal?
El Bacano, intervening in front of
Starstruck! Yayenda with Starstruck! And ODIFC
retained due to interference by El Bacano, La Leyenda El Bacano, who seems to be joining FirstClass.
So you're admitting it was underhanded?
Yes, it is underhanded. It happened right here, right now.
And once again, Tony Marcano on the payroll of the a-holes.
They bounced a few checks, but I still love them.
FirstClass survived. Top team in the high-flying machine.
The music.
To be end still.
We're winners. The final over. Like I said earlier, y'all must have forgotten that the week of FirstClass, not only is fly high, they're real deep. I want to introduce you gentlemen to our own team. And Mascara, he has to walk out.
So basically, El Bacano is saying that he's the top guy alongside FirstClass, and he's joining FirstClass.
I don't trust you, Tony Marcano.
FirstClass came out victorious alongside the Bronx wrestling legend El Bacano. You know El Bacano, Pete. Don't act like you don't.
I am not associated with any underhanded people or tactics. I am an unbiased journalist here. But the first Tony Marcano of our 3 title matches here tonight. Later on tonight, we will also see the Loud East Tag Team Championships defended when the Prospectz take on the Wave and
This next match, the tag team match is scheduled for 1 fall.
our second of 3 title matches here tonight. This one now for the Loud East Tag Team Championship.
The Wave. been a year-long feud, I believe. Going from Shadow to GWA, all over the place, What a... even I feel dizzy after that hit. Wow. The brawling is out of control here. Action in the ring.
And now the match has officially started. Even though Jay Alfredo and Mad John are on it. Colin Parker with the cover, 1 count only. Alfredo and John still brawling out here on the outside, but Colin Parker and KB King in the ring. This match is now official. Look at this, the tag team of the Prospectz. Senton leg drop combo. Covered out by Alfredo. 2 count only. Slam by Alfredo here. Colin Parker with a senton of though. Now here comes Mad John. And there goes Mad John. Colin Parker to the outside. John King tried to help out, caught his own tag team partner, and now baby Terry Gordy is flying.
Terry Gordy, baby Terry Gordy making his entrance.
You don't even know who Terry Gordy is. You weren't alive to watch the Freebird.
I have YouTube.
KB King now in the ring, all by himself. Both of the Prospectz. Double team maneuver again, and once again a cover on King. Colin with the cover. 2 count only. And even with the raucous start, let me just remind everybody this match is for the Loudies Tag Team Championship, the second of 3 title matches we have here tonight on our co-branded show, Shadow Wrestling and GWA presents 4th in the row. We've already seen the Shadow Wrestling Tag Team Championships defended by FirstClass. Look at that athleticism by Jay Alfredo.
It seems like the Prospectz have an upper hand right now in retaining those titles.
Well, if they keep KB King in the ring, I think they do. They ought to make sure Mad John doesn't win. Sling blade, but a blind tag. Mad John is now in the ring. The son of Slugger.
Yes, the legendary Slugger.
King back in the ring now.
Ooh, series of machetazos by both performers.
You mean chops?
Yes, chops.
KB King trying to take the big man down. Alfredo whips on 2 clotheslines. Now the tags of Mad John once again. Mad John, probably one of the very few men that can drag Big J Alfredo across the ring.
Maybe a double team. J Alfredo. Ooh. Just beating the Alfredo sauce out of him.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
He's right here, baby.
Mad John now taking it to J Alfredo in the corner. The crowd here at the Kids Bay Boys and Girls Club firmly behind the Prospectz and J Alfredo.
Steve has to be careful. He has to be careful. They need to respect the wrestler. Anyway.
Alfredo fighting back.
Alfredo getting cut down when he got the momentum in. Ooh.
Big lifting knee. And you see KB King stalking on the outside.
Mad John
Takes Colin Parker off the side.
Yes, Mad John stalking inside the ring. As his partner stalks outside. Oh look! Look at that ball of energy. That Alfredo. Oh, the energy goes down.
Hockey fight by John and Alfredo. Beautiful cartwheel out of the way. Athleticism shown.
Body.
Double cross body by John and Alfredo. Alfredo trying to make a tag to Colin Parker. He's been waiting on this tag for a while. Tag now to KB King, but Colin Parker back in the ring now. Parker taking the fight to King. Trying to keep those Loud East Tag Championships around the waist of the Prospectz.
Prospect here.
Beautiful neck breaker there. Kick out at 2. Not enough from Colin Parker to keep the championship. Tag to J Alfredo back in the ring, the powerhouse. Alfredo catches King. Black hole slam by Alfredo. Up top by Colin. Cover by Parker, the legal man. Big spine buster by Mad John. There are not many men in this universe that can pick J Alfredo and move him around like that. But Mad John is definitely one of them.
Massive spine buster.
Pawn Crusher. The Pawn Crusher. Goes at the Pula. Cover now by King. Break up by Alfredo.
Yes, the Prospectz having a lot of energy still left in the tank. Jay Gordy, J Alfredo is yes energized by the fans in this audience. and he's getting his partner up, but he's struggling. It's not
Double finishing maneuvers there. You saw that pawn crusher Uranagi by KB King, followed by the pull-out off the second rope. That massive headbutt by Mad John, but the Prospects are still in it. As of now, still the tag team champions. But what more are John and King gonna have to do? And now the fight has spilled to the outside here. All four members of this match brawling on the outside.
This brawl has been insane. Wait. Why is Justice? Oh, the Wave making their shenanigans.
You knew this would happen. The numbers game. And now look at this.
The referee's not seeing Justice.
He's hog-tied Jay Alfredo to the ring post. Jay Alfredo's hands are locked to the ring post.
This match has been declared a no contest.
A double count out.
Double count out. Pardon me, a double count out.
I said that already, you dimwit! Yes, he's hog-tied to the damn ring post, and the Wave using the numbers game, 3-on-1, assaulting. This is a gangland assault on Colin Parker and the Prospects. Are you behind this? You damn shill? You damn mole, Tony Marcano?
Well, I don't really do business with the Wave, but I like their tactics. I like their hostile tactics.
Handcuffed to the ring post, and this assault on Colin Parker just continues. KB King holding the Loud East Tag Team Championship. They are not the Tag Team Champions.
This is just brutal. Freaking being extremely brutal.
I don't even know how to come back from that. That vicious, unstopped assault on Colin Parker, our Loudies Tag Team Champions, the Prospectz. Listen, they didn't walk out of here looking like the Tag Team Champions, but officially they still are. Chopped cheese, Jay Lyon, the Bronx Lion, and look at that iconic jacket he's wearing, Billy's, the iconic sports bar and grill in the shadow of Yankee Stadium.
Jay Lyon, Bronx, that's a great Bronx wrestler.
He doesn't get more Bronx than that.
And a guy that's made a mark on Shadow in the past.
And a guy that Jay Lyon knows very well. Jay Lyon himself, a graduate of House of Glory. So great a young man that we expect to see on television screens around the world at some point within the next year or two. There's no way that this young man continues to stay on the independent scene and not get noticed by someone.
Diego Hill also made his debut at Salvador Gigante for Shadow. Let's see what he does here tonight.
Himi position will claim the victory in this match. No disqualifications, no countouts in a 4-way match. Richardson, Diego Hill, Jay Lyon, and Himi Hendrix.
Well, this is crazy. This is a dream match in many Scramble fans out there. For many Scramble fans.
Richardson is he's sunning everybody in the ring. And now, for his troubles, he is getting sunned.
Darren Richardson also has the most experience in Scramble matches, as he is the 6-way champion.
Oh, triple super kick. Avoided by Darren Richardson, finding his way out of the ring.
What a super
Well, Himi held on to that one, gave it to Jay Lyon instead. And now it's Diego Hill and Himi Hendrix in the ring, one-on-one. Himi has an incredible hybrid style that he looks to employ here.
That's a natural athlete, Himi. One of the best natural athletes.
I'd say he's bigger than your average luchador, but he can still do luchador things.
Yes.
He doesn't look like he has the speed covered by Hendrix. 2 count only. He doesn't look like he has the speed, the power, the athleticism, but he houses it all. A very hybrid style, as I've said for him. He can do a lot of things that you don't expect for him to be able to do, and he does it all well. Massive clothesline by Lyon, but may have hit his hip on the hardest part of the ring on the way down. May have hurt himself on that clothesline as well. Oh, Richardson cut off at the pass by Diego. Double stop face buster. And a drop kick by Diego Hill. And now Richardson and Lyon outside here fighting among us. And Hill take it off. Tope con Hilo.
I've known that this was going to be a complete loop.
What a smart move by Himi Hendrix, getting out of the way onto the stage area was not a part of that. And now stalking his 3 other opponents. And now the Birdman coming!
The Birdman, yes, flew. The leader of his flock.
The second greatest leader of flock since Raven.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, Richardson! That is why! That boy has the potential and the ceiling that he has. Trained by the amazing Red himself. And you can see where Red had so much fun with him. So much fun in teaching him, passing on his knowledge, his ability.
They seem to be on bad terms right now, but...
Well, yes. Covered by Richardson. 2 count on. But you had to think that when Darren Richardson walked into the Hog Dojo and an amazing Red saw that kid with his potential, his talent, his athleticism, Red saw the next generation.
Correct.
Hendrix coming up behind Richardson, rolled through cover only a 2.
As well has been forced in shadow, being a member of FirstClass, yes, being a leader in that junior heavyweight division, the Bad Mother Flyer division. So Diego Hill, that's showing crazy offense right now.
Diego Hill now with Richardson on the top rope. Both of these men love to live in these high-risk situations. Himi Hendrix now, cutting them off at the pass. Hendrix now getting involved.
So, like, these guys are killing each other right now, but they're killing each other for a reason. The winner of this match,
The Lion!
wow, is going to be in contention for the BMF Mother Flyer title belt. A big opportunity against Benny Blanco.
And title held by Benny Blanco at Shadow Wrestling, the BMF, the Bad Mother Flyer Championship. As you can see here, is told to me by a member of the management team and also a mole for everybody else, Tony Marcano. The winner of this match will become the #1 contender for the BMF Championship over at Shadow Wrestling. Thanks for telling me now and not at the beginning of the match. All 4 of these men. Hell, do any of these men even know?
Yes, they did know.
Oh! Oh, Lyon! Dropping Diego Hill on his cervical spine.
If they didn't know, why else would they be killing each other?
For the win, covered by Lyon. 2 count only.
Lyon, he's hungry for a big slam.
You know Jay Lyon's gonna get a chopped cheese one way or another after this show, but would love it with a side of a win. Oh! Code red by Richardson!
Stealing his mentor's move.
You would normally think a sign of respect, but in the way that Richardson and Red have been going at it, a sign of disrespect to the Amazing Red.
Saying, I'm better than you.
Well, that's going a bit far.
He says that on social media.
Well, he's not. He can argue with his mama, but he ain't gonna argue with me. Oh, Diego Hill going high-low.
German.
Hendrix snap German. Poison Rana by Diego Hill. And one from Hendrix as well.
This is awesome, guys!
Standing Spanish fly covered by Diego Hill. And Jay Lyon breaks it up. What a match so far. 4-way contest, as we just found out, for the #1 contendership for the Shadow BMF Championship, currently held by Benny Blanco.
People love the shot sleeves here in the Bronx.
Big power bomb by Jay Lyon. Big maneuver here. Oh, Richardson using the Cruiserweight Championship. Completely legal in this match. Jay Lyon. Cover on Lyon for the win.
He learned the other half of tactics by his brother in FirstClass.
What a maneuver by Daron Richardson. No disqualification in a 4-way match. Using the House of Glory 6-way Cruiserweight Championship to his advantage, smashing the head of
children.
I mean, if I'd done my yoga today, I'd go in there and beat his ass. But, you know, I didn't do my yoga, so I'm a little tight today.
Tai Chi master beat Rosado, wanting to get into the ring.
Whoa! Wait a minute! That is the Shadow BMF champion, Benny Blanco. Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Well, not really, but you know. He's from around the way.
I actually believe he was from the Bronx. And he's a BMF champion, great representative of Cali. Has represented from all over New York and Puerto Rico. He's having a face down right here with Daron Richardson. Look at this. He's saying, you want this kid, come get it. Oh, are we gonna get a House of Glory title defended as well? Oh. Daron Richardson escaping. His FirstClass brothers aren't here to defend him right now, so he's just arguing with defense. Oh look, now Danny Blanco's looking at Jay Lyon. Jay Lyon says, I want the title as well. I want that title more than the bacon, egg, and cheese.
You bums! You suck at
Daron abusing a lot of the
Listen, Daron Richardson may not want to have anything to do with Benny Blanco right now, but at some point, he will have to meet Benny Blanco in that ring, as he is the new #1 contender for the Shadow Wrestling BMF Championship. So at some point, we will have to get Daron Richardson versus Benny Blanco one-on-one.
Benny Blanco getting the standing ovation from the children out here, from the fans. The king of the year.
All right, for our main event this evening, first of all, we're going to announce the winner of the 50-50 raffle. Sorry. I got one here. All right, let's see. One here. Actually, you know what? Why don't you say the winner?
All right, guys, listen up. 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 9, 0. One more time. 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 9, 0. Going once, going twice.
Hold on.
Oh, we got a winner.
Hold on, let's see here. Ah, man, she won.
Hey, congratulations.
And there's the winner right there, coming high.
What a move.
And also, Bronx, New York. First of all, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. You guys have been incredible all night long. And I think I speak on behalf of Shadow Wrestling. I'm going to say to you, Miss Lady Stone, thank you for having us here in your home this evening. And do you guys want to see us do this again in the future? I think you guys want to run this back once again. I think that's time to the So, actually, hold on. I think you told me this one, but I think for them figure it out. Hey, who's ready for an event? Nah, that was a little.
Who's ready for our main event?
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event! It is scheduled for one fall, and it is for both the Shadow Wrestling Jurassic Championship and
The Lyon Championship.
which means it is
Title for title.
winner takes all! So with that being said, let's bring out both competitors. champion official, Mr. Franco Santos. And now, for the official introduction for this title winner takes all match. Introducing first in the corner to my right, representing Republic hailing from Washington Heights, New York, he weighed in this evening at 220 pounds. He is the current reigning and defending Shadow Wrestling Jurassic Juggernaut Champion. This is ChaCha.
Champion, Jurassic Juggernaut, heavyweight champion from Shadow, versus the Loudiest Lyon Heart champion. One of these men has the opportunity to walk out of here double champion.
As we can see, both titles on the table.
Shadow Wrestling GWA co-branded show. It is on right now. Champion versus champion. Top of the card versus top of the card.
El Mayimbe versus the Lionheart. ChaCha time, Mr. Rosado.
It is very much ChaCha time. It is championship time.
Both guys having a... Is it going to be a pose-off or a dance-off?
The question is going to be, which of these two men walk out with 2 championships tonight? Both of these men know each other very well. They have seen each other on many occasions. But knowing each other, seeing each other wrestle, and locking up one-on-one are all completely different things.
Stone goes down. ChaCha in his way.
Did you just call him Kage? Terrible, sir.
No, his name is ChaCha. I don't know what you're listening to.
But you called him something else. I heard that.
No, You're instigating right now, Mr. Rosado. You're instigating right now. You're like Gordon La Flaca out here, instigating.
This is a very pro-Stone house here at the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club in the Bronx, New York. This is very much GWA territory.
Yes, sir. Adonis Stone does have home court advantage here tonight.
But ChaCha's got some ChaCha advantage. Vicious clothesline by ChaCha Charlie. And listen, I gotta ask Tony, right? I know you're part of the management team at Shadow Wrestling.
Correct.
Would it be so bad if you had a brand new Jurassic Juggernaut champion in Adonis Stone?
Adonis Stone's a phenomenal athlete. I wouldn't be mad.
So you're okay with ChaCha losing the title is what you're saying?
Well, if it happens, it happens.
Wow, so you don't even support your own champion.
Well, I have to be objective in this fight. I have to be. ChaCha didn't pass any checks to me today. So I have to be objective.
Triple drop kicks by Adonis Stone takes ChaCha out to the far side of the ring. And now Adonis eats a shot.
ChaCha stalking Stone. Beautiful, beautiful body slam by ChaCha. How can you not like ChaCha's dance moves?
Some of the best dance moves in the business. ChaCha off at the pass. ChaCha going for the ChaCha dive. Back elbow shot by the Lionheart champion, Adonis Stone. Cover. 1 count only. Now you know both of these men don't want to lose their titles here tonight.
No, who would want to lose their titles? Man, Adonis Stone wants that Jurassic Juggernaut title. ChaCha wants to retain and have the Lionheart title. A lot of suplex by Adonis Stone.
Cover by Stone and only a 2 count.
Stone, very pensive. I've talked to Stone and he told me, Tony, I want that Jurassic Juggernaut title. I want to take over. Stone wants to conquer Shadow. He may act nice with people right now, but he wants to conquer Shadow.
Say it like it's a bad thing. He wants to take over, like he's some kind of conquistador, a colonizer.
I don't know colonizers, but he has the average instinct of a Lionheart, you know.
I'm sure the man just wants to add more championship gold to his closet, more to his resume. He wants to be at the cover by Stone here, 2 count only. He wants to be at the top of another company. And can you blame the man?
No, he does. So, ChaCha.
Sounds like to me you want ChaCha Charlie to win so you can take over GWA.
Well, we're good friends with GWA. I wouldn't call it a takeover. We're just good associates. GWA has visited us in Puerto Rico, along with our associates over there. So it's an association. Say takeover.
Stone catching ChaCha Charlie. Calls that the stepping stone. Cover by Adonis. 2 count only. That Samoan drop moonsault combo, the stepping stone. Not enough though to keep ChaCha down.
Adonis Stone has wowed people with a lot of great matches in the history chat and the history of Loudies. I still remember that crazy match he had with Jimmy Lloyd. It was insane. But Adonis though now he wants to conquer the Jurassic Juggernaut.
You and this conquer.
Hey,
You say it so negatively.
it's what it is.
He wants to become the champion. We all know the added benefits that come with becoming champion, the extra money, the paycheck, all of it.
Of course, so he wants that title. He wants to have his grip on Shadow. And
Flying forearm by ChaCha Charlie. Looks like ChaCha Charlie's got a little bit of support in his building. A very heavily pro-Adonis crowd.
yes, sir. ChaCha has, an incredible reach with family audiences in New York City, all over the East Coast, I'd say. That's one of the most beloved individuals of the East Coast.
We're gonna have to figure something out here. Both men fighting at their knees right now. Neither man with a clear advantage. Vicious shots across the jaw by Adonis Stone. And some leg drops in the ring, followed by a big ChaCha elbow.
Crazy elbow.
Covered by ChaCha Charlie.
He's heading for the Mangoose Splash.
Rolling for it.
The straw hat right there.
As you said, going for that mongoose splash off the top. But Adonis Stone meeting him at the top rope. Cutting him off here.
Now, ChaCha Charlie's straw hat is not as beautiful as mine, but it is a powerful
First
weapon.
off, you don't have a straw hat. Secondly, your hat looks like trash.
No, I have a beautiful hat. Yes.
Double stop missed by ChaCha Charlie. Super kick by Adonis Stone.
Now, the straw hat has power. The straw hat, every time he goes for the Mangoose Splash, he wears it.
Oh, Adonis looking to hit the Rolling Stone. Got it there. Rolling Stone by Adonis. Covers him here to become double champion. Kick out at 2 by ChaCha Charlie. ChaCha has now kicked out of both the Rolling Stone and the Stepping Stone. What is left in the arsenal of Adonis? Setting him up here. Pedigree type maneuver, butterfly suplex, probably no. Charlie reversing. Charlie looking for any opening he can get to regain an advantage here. Oh, beautiful! Cover! Beautiful! Dragon suplex, almost a snapdragon. ChaCha lock and then dragon suplexed him over. This is the opening that ChaCha's been looking for. This is a chance for him to put an exclamation point on this match. Walk out of here double champion.
Seems to be struggling with Stone's weight.
ChaCha setting up. Misses that second rope moonsault.
ChaCha not known for high flying, so he's getting all.
What are you talking about? He hits the mongoose splash all the time.
Yes, that.
And ChaCha just splashed the ref. Referee Costanzo knocked out. And now Stone. Stone setting up for the perfect ratio. Perfect ratio hit. 1, 2.
The last bronze ref is out, so
There's no referee. Perfect ratio hit in the middle of the ring, but no referee to count the pinfall. ChaCha backstabber.
there you. I told you, Rosado. I told you the power.
Setting up for the mongoose splash.
Powerful sombrero right there. Come on, can we get another ref? The wave.
But here's the wave.
These guys don't like Stone too. They're beating the hell out of their guy.
The wave attacking Charlie. Attacking the... Attacking Stone. This is the second time that the wave has come out here to wreak havoc. And here comes the equalizer. Kris Cage. Single-handedly taking out the wave. Shane Rose.
Now he's the equalizer.
It is dodge like home run. Oh my God!
Jay Bougie.
That bastard! That rat bastard, Jay Bougie!
Jay Bougie joins the wave tonight. This is Bronx wrestling history right now.
I don't know about history, Tony Marcano, you're throwing that word around a little lightly, but everybody will remember the day that Jay Bougie laid waste to wrestlers from Shadow and GWA, and I think the question is Jay Bougie the newest member of the Wave?
Seems like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we end a fork in the road with ChaCha Charlie still being your Jurassic Juggernaut champion, Adonis Stone still being your Loudy's Lionheart champion. But we end with the Wave standing tall for Tony Marcano. I'm the boys, Pete Rosado. We are all beat down campaign.
What's up, guys? I don't know if you guys know, but I've been hanging out up here for the entire night. I have been appointed as the GWA General Manager. And all night, all year, we've done nothing but watch the Wave get involved in every single match that has happened. So you know what? You guys want a war to settle the score? That's fine. I see 5. I see 5. I see 2 teams. Let's go 2 rings. I'll see you guys in February. Talk to him, son. Hey, first of all, I didn't want to hear that bum ass music. Second of all, you heard what's about to happen. This time, it's about to beat the hell out of that time. I'm not going to say much. But I really didn't want to hear that bum ass music. But there is some music. First of all, Charlie, I earned my title shot. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you being here. But you told me they messed up my title shot that I earned. And I heard you're going to be in Puerto Rico in January. I won that title, so I'm going to be in Puerto Rico too. Adonis, you and I, we were putting on a good show. We had a banger. You had me beat, but I had you beat too. If you run for those rules, I would have been the GWA champion. I'm not going to disrespect disrespect you, I'm not gonna disrespect the audience.
I love you, ChaCha.
Adonis, you're one hell of a competitor. I give you a lot of respect. I'll see you in Puerto Rico. Hey, I respect you also. Play ChaCha's music.